Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to play the intro again to allow you to invite all your friends to this program. And I can't wait to see you on the other side. Let's take it again. Good afternoon, everyone. So for all of you who've joined us, welcome to African Art Talks with Eric, a place where we talk about all things African art. And this afternoon, I'm so excited because the guest I've got is somebody that I've been looking forward to have on my show for a very long time. He's somebody that I've followed for ages, and I love his work. But before then, let's tell, for those of you who've joined us for the first time, what this show is all about. So the aims of this show is to tell the African story, to also showcase the best of Africa in terms of creativity, art, and anything that has got to do with the word creativity. That is why I am here. And every week, I bring you someone from the continent of Africa, whether it's from Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, South Africa, you name it. We've got 53 countries in the continent of Africa. And my objective is to bring you a creative person every single week. So without much ado, because we've got a lot to talk about today, I urge you to invite all your friends to come on this platform using the link, and also share the link as well, so that we can all enjoy the wisdom that this guest has got, as well as the wonderful paintings and the stories behind them. So I'm going to tell you all about him before I bring him on. So, as I've been advertising the whole week on my platform, the guest I've got today from Ghana is Ben Agbee. Ben Agbee is one of the most successful Ghanaian artists who has over the years carved a niche for himself with extremely evocative works. He was inspired and directed by his uncle, which I'll let him talk all about, and he is a versatile artist. I skipped a bit of a line so that I give him the chance to tell you more. He exhibits his talent across the whole world, and his works consist of all kinds of images, figures, and symbols bordered on abstract impressions, landscape, realism, which lead to a myriad of interpretations. He's widely recognized for his vibrant use of colors, incorporation of unusual shapes, and beautiful representations of women in attractive clothing. Ben Agbee has worked hard to provide for himself a platform to continuously devote his time to painting. His recent works resonate finely expressed forms of market women with controlled multiplicity of colors and textures. Now, his use of palette knife technique and brush evocates silhouette forms that fade gradually into unfinished yet plausible images. We'll talk about all this, but his works are displayed in Ghana, Europe, Canada, Togo, the United States of America, and New Zealand, with some of his works being used for UNICEF postcards. His collections have been produced on carrier bags, greeting cards, bookmarks, and calendars sold in America through Walmart and Smithsonian, as well as other parts of the world. His collections can be found in numerous private collections worldwide. So, I mean, this is just a tidbit of the person that I'm going to introduce today. Let's not waste time and bring him to join me on screen. So, good afternoon, Mr. Ben Agbee. I call him Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben, good afternoon.
Yeah, yeah. Good afternoon, Eric. Oh, it's so pleasant. Finally.
Finally, I get the chance to speak to you on my show. Thank you so much for honoring the show.
Yes, and I'm most grateful.
That's right. So let's take it all the way back to childhood days. We'll dive straight into the interview, and we'll take you all the way back to when you were growing up,
All right.
and how it was in terms of how it actually persuaded you to get into art as a profession. How did it all start?
All right. First, I'll thank God. He's given us life. I've been through, I'll say through thick and thin. He's been there for me because he knew me before I was born, before he created me. He knew me. That's what the Bible says, at least. And I'm so grateful and thankful to my parents. They are no more. I've lost one very dear uncle, was a very renowned journalist, Edward Amoakwa-Boadu. May their souls rest in peace. You know, great grandparents that some I never met, but I heard what they did, and it has inspired me so much to today. And I also keep inspiring those that are after me in the family and the art fraternity, GAVA association that I belong to, and many other artists, you know, both young and old. So we all share ideas. So it all started when I was a little boy, and we have artists, you know, big artists in the family, which is my uncle Victor Amoakwa, that I've had a chance to work with and work with some prominent advertising companies in Ghana. And then after my formal education, and then my uncle took me to this American Ghanaian Originator School, OIC. And I did well because I had some previous experience. You know, so when I entered the art school or college, it wasn't bad. At least I have some knowledge, and I'm not a new person on the field. So gradually, when I started growing, I think my uncles noticed that all that I love to do most is art. So they started buying me art materials. And then that's the way it started. And I remember very well one of my uncles, Mr. Porte, he's also about 80 years plus, he's still alive. He was like, oh, you have to do your mathematics, you have to pass it, which he encouraged me and my parents and my uncles and the rest of the family, which I did pass my mathematics test because, hey, you're going to do business, and what you're going to do, you deal with money, so you should know figures. And that has been a great deal to me, and I did. So I'm grateful to all of them. So that's how I started gradually, and going around and to other leading artists there. I'll say Professor Glover, Wiz Kudo, especially he has been a great deal. And then Kate Apia, she lives in the United States and trying to get back home now. She also gave me a whole lot of materials, and you know, when I started, it wasn't that easy, and we even got short of art materials in Ghana. And one of my uncles called Ernest Amoakwa, who was always on a trip for the United Nations. He could buy me some watercolors to paint. It wasn't easy, but that's what made me, I'll say, special, because you need to be able to work with any tool, any material at all that comes your way. And that has led me to do, I think, tie and dye batik. I even did sculptures. I even have done screen printing, you know, outdoor, I mean, anything, all sort of art I've done it all, or most of it, I'll say, even to the extent of doing TV and radio, you know, adverts, because I used to work with Afro-Media Linters, the late Obeche Bilamti, may rest in peace, you know, the company. My uncle used to be a director in there, so he pulled me up over there and went almost everywhere with me, you know, trying to get to know a lot more, you know, in the art field.
That's right. That's right. That's amazing. So you had a whole lot of support behind you, and
Yes.
I understand one of your uncles, Uncle Victor, also played a major role as well.
Yes. Exactly. Yes. Yes. He took me to this American Ghanaian school, and then after that, I heard about Ghanata College of Arts, and I thought that look, there's more to learn. Education has no end. So I have to, find out from other senior colleagues like Anthony Fojebe, Victor Butler, and the rest. So they directed me to Ghanata College of Arts. So I got enrolled those days, and I think by then the experience I had was massive, and it made it easier for me. But it's easier in a way to practice, but made it more knowledgeable to me. And I think Mr. Ghanata, may he also rest in peace. He also has been very, 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 very instrumental in my me being a professional artist. And as I had mentioned, one of my uncles, Mr. Stephen Porte, those days I knew a young man, very, very energetic. I'm still energetic though. I'm not,
you are.
And I have to work around the clock. Thank you. I have to work around the clock. And took the risk, go to places to have shows. I remember the loom was there, but some of us were not really allowed in there. It took quite a bit some time because you have to work extra hard to meet certain level that she requires of you to be able to sell at the loom. And my late mother and my uncle Victor sell their artworks at the loom. So it got to a time I said, okay, let me move on. I think after Ghanata, when I was in the final year in Ghanata, we have to do a show at the British High Commission, which Ghanata College of Art or Mr. Ghanata did arrange for us. And I work hard. I really work hard. I came up with 3 different styles. And then that was when I met the late Mario Fugazola, the former Italian ambassador. He also has been very, very tremendous in collecting my art pieces. I think he's also no more. And then there was another ambassador called Basserotti. I think he's also no more, but he selected some Ghanaian good artists, I'll say, or that he loved. Bologna, Italy, many years ago, about 25 years ago. But you have to work extra hard. You have to. I have to make sure that I live art, I wear art, I eat art.
Exactly.
So that's what has also added up for me to be here today. Yes. Yes.
So thinking about it,
so,
there's not
the journey hasn't been all that
rosy, isn't it?
Say it again, please.
I was saying that the journey
it hasn't been.
It
hasn't been. Exactly. Exactly. My uncles did what they could. My parents did what they could, but you have to help yourself.
You have to.
If you know the vision that is ahead of you, what you can see with all the big artists that motivate you, Lariotu, Professor Glover, Wiskudo, Victor Butler, Glenn Turner, those were all my mentors. And I was close to them because I really want to know, I really want to learn. Ask questions and they answer you and they invite you to come around. I remember I go to Weezy's studio very well. Weezy is one of the artists that I had opportunity. He's nice, extra nice. Anytime, get me to come into the studio, have a long chat and share experiences. So that's the way it started. And then going to OIC, it wasn't easy. I remember selling in the traffic. People see you today and they think, hey,
in the traffic.
There's a saying, I say nobody knows. Yes, in the traffic. No one knows the beginning of the eagle or the king. Stood in
Yes.
traffic, helped my mother, sold other stuffs. And it wasn't easy. I remember my late uncle, I was wearing his clothes to school. In Ghana, in OIC, we didn't have uniforms those days. And I was wearing Afro Moses. Do you remember Afro Moses?
Yes, I know. I mean, the
Moses,
younger ones don't know.
that's made out of, yeah, I think I'll go to Cantonment and see if I can find some.
Yeah.
And then wear them, and then they were those slippers were very comfortable. So that's how I started. I remember
So
even my uncle Victor got me.
Yeah, the challenge is so real.
Yes,
there's
real.
that notion that in Africa, there's no support when you want to enter into the art field. Is it true? Because from what you've said, you didn't face that kind of challenge.
Yeah, I didn't really face that. I don't want to mention one artist's name, but he was like, his father was like, he said, what, you want to go to university and go and learn how to paint? And he's big now. I'll mention his name in there. Right. That was a private chat we had,
Yeah.
And so, by my side, I had the encouragement. I had the encouragement, especially to do the art, and extra encouragement to do mathematics and then or to do English subjects.
And English.
Because these are because now here am I today, I'm speaking English. I'll say some are fluent.
Exactly.
And I had to be encouraged, to do that because it wasn't only art that you need. You need a mathematical aspect of it.
Acumen, yes.
Exactly. Yeah. To move forward.
So even though there are still challenges, with people or with parents or the elderly not understanding fully what the benefits of going into art are, there are some parents that give us the effort or give us the go ahead to go into it. Is that the case?
Exactly, because my grandparents were all, I'll say, into an aspect of art, because my dad father was a builder. He designed houses and he could build those days. And then also my mother's side, he was a carver. I was named after him, Ben. He was a carver, and then he was a printer. When you come to Accra, right opposite Accra City Hotel, that used to be no hotel. That's where his office was. And then my grandmother would tell me he could ride a bicycle. By then we're living in Adabraka, so we could ride a bicycle from the house, all the way to Accra, that side of town, to work. And then I had the opportunity of seeing some of his carvings, and it's super. In those days that I don't have real tools like today, is super. He carved elephants tools. He carved these three wise monkeys. Say not evil or look not evil, or that kind of a thing.
And speak no evil.
Exactly. And then some few works of his that I came to meet, and we have preserved those. And I remember a movie, Love Green African. Heritage Africa by Kowansan.
Heritage Africa
was acted in our family home, and some of my grandfather's sculptures were used to do the movie. I myself, I've been with Kowansan, with my uncle, even the late Buckner. You remember the one holding the gold nugget, the Batakari he was wearing.
That's right.
Yeah, I and my uncle, put finishing touches to it, to make that movie. I even took part of that. So I've gone through a lot. I have a lot of experience all over. Yes.
I'm just going to show this picture on screen and let you just talk about it. So what's happening here? Okay. Let's take you back to the ages.
Wow. I can see myself, so tidy at the back over there. Man, gone out of days I was working. I still work about 12 hours a day, I told you. And the inspiration is so big. That's Wiz over there. That's Setoji over there. That's my auntie Tairia. She also was doing an aspect of art called tapestry. And then the gentleman in the light up on the right side, I've forgotten his name a little bit. And that is the art center. That's where I started from. After Ghana College of Art, after doing a show at the British Council, that was the first place. Yes, and it was. I remember the late His Excellency Douglas Fogarty and Mickey Fogarty. They were there on time for that show, and they've also been a great influence. They've had private shows for me, invited the Canadian community. You know, may he rest in peace. And then come to the right side. That was the first time I ever traveled, and I had a free ticket from KLM. It was a first prize, and I love charity. I hate to see people suffer. And man, this charity thing has taken me to great places. I would like to you, including the God-given talent. That's Mickey Fogarty. She's about 90 years old. The last time I spoke with her, she's still alive. Wow. You know, so I have kept in touch with a lot of diplomats, a lot of, you know, some are dead and gone, may they rest in peace. Some are still alive, you know, some I still talk to. And the little boy that I am holding, the father is late, and the mother lives in Ghana. It's a British. And I hear, I've met him a couple of times in Ghana with the mother, you know, attending shows. He's a model in UK.
Oh, wow.
You know, they're two. They're just two, a boy and a girl. I think he's the senior one. So the mother happened to show her leather works at we were doing a charity show by North American Women's Society to raise fund for, I think, their charity stuff. And I remember very well, I filmed my so as they keep mentioning the prices, and they said the winner is, and then from behind I realized it's me. My heart was beating like that. I was like, what? And they mentioned my name. Come and see the Canadian High Commissioner. They were that look, never exchange this ticket or this opportunity for nothing else. Go to Amsterdam. There's a lot to learn in Amsterdam. There's a lot of art in Amsterdam, you know. And I happened to pick up after Van Gogh, you know. Those days, I think when he showed some of from the archives, I sent you a painting, you know, it's like a monochrome type. That's from Van Gogh, you know, because he paints with brush strokes, you know, a stroke, you know, pause and then continue, you know. So that's what I converted into what I used to do those days. So well, that's what put me on the globe to today.
So that's amazing, because from an early age,
I've transited in Asia. Asia is the country.
Okay. So art has done you well.
Continue. Yes.
Bigger doors, and we'll talk about the bigger doors far later on in the interview, because I would like us to home in on what doors art has
done me well. All right.
Yes. But before then, let's go into your actual artwork. I'll show a few on screen. We'll talk about them. We'll talk about your philosophy behind them, and let's say your style. So this is the first two that I'm going to show. Are these part of your earlier works or your later works? I was trying to think through when I was going through your portfolio.
These works are they're about 2 years old. 2 years old.
Okay.
And the guy in the menu is a popular broadcaster. He's a good friend, and I think I exhibited that work in Oakland, California, 2 years ago. Yes, that work. I like it so much. And I also want to acknowledge, by the way, just on the way, you know, I have a team of. Do I mind saying his name? Say it again.
Do you mind?
Please.
You know the popular.
To say his name, who is it?
You don't? Do you mind?
Yeah, that's Kwesi Dapa.
Exactly.
You know? That's Kwesi Dapa.
A very famous journalist and media.
Yeah, I just love it when he's on air, man. There's a jingle
Exactly.
he used to play, and then also when
Yeah.
he ran the commercial, so his voice, man, you're going
Oh,
to
yes.
buy that product, man. I would
You
like to
definitely have to.
you, you know, I've done other versions. Yes, I don't know.
Mm.
There's a tall one. I don't know if I ever sent that to you. I love that work also. And
Beautiful.
I have a team of artists that I work with. That's my cousin Mauli, you know, Danny Botre, Ajay,
Okay.
you know. I work with them at times. And
That's
the
right.
one on the stream
On the right
right,
hand
I
side.
think I exhibited it in UK. Yes, I
Okay.
exhibited that work in UK. And it's all about, you know, studying, you know, studies.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
somebody who is trying to acquire some knowledge, you know, and I put in that abstract form. It's a piece that I
That's
like,
right.
one of my recent. That is also about 2 years old. Yes,
So
yes.
your work is very,
And
I
the
would say,
inspiration
very
behind them,
complex. Yes. Please carry on.
yes, I have a background of being a graphic artist. I've done graphic
Okay.
art before, so and I love details. So when you
Mm.
see some of my paintings, you think they're photographs or like they to
Yeah.
say old masters. You know, if
That's
I
right.
got some inspiration from them, I really love details, and I
Hmm.
did I can paint a piece of cloth on paper, and you think it's a real fabric. And I
Okay.
think I have a plans of taking that into my paintings. You know, you see, even now
Mm.
people see what I do. They try to zoom if it's a photograph or if it's an original. They come so
Yeah.
close to it and they really appreciate it. And they ask me, man, do you take what a year to finish this piece? I said, no, man. That's a trade secret anyway. So you can just imagine, you know, somebody who
Yeah.
works about 12 hours a day, you
That's
know,
right.
so you don't expect anything but excellent work and good
Exactly.
finishing
Exactly. The work
and
pays off.
super work. Yes,
That's right.
exactly, pays off.
And
Yes.
having looked at your color scheme, I mean, it's brilliantly. All most of the colors are represented here, but in a very toned way. So it's not too much in your face, very controlled. And as you said, it's as a result of the number of hours that you've put in to home in on your craft.
That's exactly true. And I've come to admire nature and pick up, you know, all these colors that we enjoy in my paintings or that come to play in my paintings from nature. Nature has a lot
That's right.
to offer us, and I really love and
Yeah.
admire nature everywhere that I go.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So
Yeah,
there are a
so
lot of serious.
that add up to make my painting a masterpiece.
Hmm. Perfect. The ones that I've shown on
Yeah,
screen,
these
you've
ones
done a lot of series of
are
these,
my
isn't it?
recent.
Okay. Okay. So what's the role of
Yeah,
is it
yes, and this
game
exactly. I'm
playing games
trying
and all that
to.
in order
I'm
to
motivated by um, the playing games to the left. It's
mm,
all gone down to the childhood experience as we grow
okay.
up. You know, I don't know if I'll use the word. You have to be strong. You know, you
That's right.
have elderly brothers and cousins that you play around with, and if you are not smart,
Yes.
they are older than you, so they think faster than you know, and then they
Exactly.
can quickly push you into the corner,
They can.
you know, by
They can outwit you.
changing the exactly. So those ones come into play, and that's what I'm trying to really project now. It brings a lot of interesting memories when we are
Mm,
growing, experiences that is still at play now as I age. And
that's right.
the wisdom behind it is mathematics. You know, you have to have your strategy,
Yeah.
which what do you call it? Oh, come on, what's the word?
The speed.
You
Yeah.
have couple of after the dice, you use the dice.
That's right. To
The
throw the number. So we're losing.
What we used to play. You remember? I don't know how we call.
You know that you throw the dice,
yeah,
and then you count your
we're losing
the cutout tablet.
Yes, you throw the dice.
That's it, and then you count using the blue or your color, basically.
Yeah, and you really have to do a lot. You can be hit. You can be depressed.
Exactly. So I think we're losing the internet with him, but when he comes back, he's talking about the type of game that we used to play that he's represented in the artwork. And basically what is shown on screen, as I showed you earlier on, are people playing this game that we call Ludo. The one on the left-hand side is called the Ludo game. And each one is assigned a color. So the red is for one person, the blue, the green, the yellow. And then you have these four cutout things that you use to actually play the game. And then there's a dice in the middle. So depending on the number that you will get when you throw the dice, you count. And you have to think beforehand and be very strategic so that when you play the dice, you are able to win the game, basically. So we've got Uncle Ben back. Uncle Ben, let's carry on. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes. Yes.
Great. So we're going to talk about the one on the right hand side.
Yes, I can see you.
They are playing cards, isn't it?
Yes. They are playing.
And is it all from childhood memory or from how we currently live?
And what I try to portray is, everybody and what you go through in life come to play. The future and the fact. So I try to use the eyes, especially, to give the expression to express what in each of the people playing the games might be thinking. What to do. And maybe you try to give your brother a sign, hey, and the colors also come to play. I have to choose all those colors carefully, and it's not easy getting some of them down there. Exactly. You have to mix 2, 3, 4 colors to have a kind of shade that you like, that you think will make your artwork super. And yeah, behind it all goes about life, as I just said. You don't know what somebody might be feeling or go through before coming to maybe get off some stress, to come and join in brothers or the group to
exactly. And I think you've really represented
that's it
very carefully.
So that's what I'm trying to work on now.
Right.
Yes.
There's a slight delay, so when I speak, maybe it might delay a little bit, but it's getting better as we move on with the interview. Your artworks represent currently how or when we used to be young, or I know you're older than me, but when we used to be young, we used to play the Ludo, we used to play the cards, we used to go outdoor and do a lot. But these days, we don't see much of it. What do you think is the case?
Yes. Nintendo or computer games or the Western culture is taking off some of those indigenous games that we used to affect him. The games that we used to play, because I'll be highlighting more into some of the local games that we play. You remember, we put clothes behind us, we run down, we create by ourselves. there's a game we play, a kind of we call it child scaling, and it's like
child scaling was my favorite.
It's like playing hockey.
Was my
you remember
favorite.
Hockey or baseball?
Hockey
you
or
know,
cricket.
remember you throw the
baseball.
Although it's dangerous, you know, we use the milk. We use the milk can, you know, and it's so amazing. With a tiny stick, you have to hit it. You know.
That's right.
Exactly. And we have to. You know, I think hockey and baseball idea combined. You know, and that was quite interesting. Lo and behold, you go and play, then you get yourself hit. Then don't go back home because you'll be punished.
That's true. And those were the days. We had so much fun after school. We were fit as a result of it. And we had a lot of good network as a result of it.
Exactly. You have to go for it and throw it until you get closer to the hole or to the car tie that you put together. You know, so those are very interesting. And I'll be bringing all those back on
into your PC.
Yeah.
We've had a comment
when I talked to some of my colleagues, locally, internationally, like I was talking to Atukwe Serge, and he's we're all discussing all this childhood memory, and you know, he does this installation and what he's going to do next, and with I think he was talking about this mice trap or something, you know, that he's going to do his installation with and tell the story. You know, you talk to guys like Ram, you talk to guys like Afote, you know, Francis, who is with you guys over there up there. You know, we share so much, even with my team of artists that we work down here, Maoli, Ajay, and Daniel, and others, you know, and Ashale. So we all have something in common, you know, as an artist, and I really enjoy that because it's very exclusive and it's peculiar to we Ghanaians.
Exactly. I think artists artists should have a very good network, you know, to strengthen each other. Yes. That's really true.
Yes.
That's really true. Right. So I'm going to show these two pieces as we go through your series of works. And let's talk about these two as well. What material do you use? What's your material of choice?
I use acrylic.
Okay.
I used to do oils, but I want when I'm inspired to do a painting. I don't want to get cut off. You know, I want to really make a change as quickly as possible. So I do use acrylics. And I remember those days, Professor Tudilaki, I think he was one of the artists that used to use acrylics. I remember, you know, as young as I was. And then the late Amoakwa-Boadu. And then there's a special ink that I get here, and I use it because of my textile background, or I love details. So I use that special ink, and it makes my works very exclusive. You know.
Exactly.
It makes them very exclusive and special. And
I'd like us to talk about how exclusive your work is, because you use a lot of symbols in your work. You use a lot of marks. Has it developed over the years as they feature in every work of yours? All these is it a language?
Exactly. Is the art language, or is something that I created to make me known or put me, you know, charity begins at home. It really made me popular here. It takes me international, and that's what people it got people motivated. That I love your work. It's exclusive and that kind of stuff, you know. And I try to match. You know, artists can see a lot, and I love those works that I just showed over there. I love them because
they are beautiful. I love
some of the titles. Thank you. I think I just remember the title of the Market Women. I call that piece they say we say.
Okay.
They say we
Okay.
say. The three ladies sitting down there.
The three ladies
And
on the
on
right
top
hand
of
side.
them is the, yeah, on the right hand side. I think that's the title. I remember very well. They say we say. Because the being people, you go to the market, everybody will quote her price to you. Buy it or leave it,
Yeah.
And these days it's going more with the dollar or the foreign currencies that we take and go and import foreign goods. So that's the title for that piece. And
a beautiful representation.
I don't have it. Yes, I don't have it, but I'm glad it's in Ghana. It was collected by a very good friend.
That is really good.
It's in Ghana.
And then the one on the left hand side is another beautiful representation of our African women. And
yes,
what does it represent? The umbrella with the
and
lady
behind her, the umbrella gives you protection from the sun and from the rain.
Okay.
So for her to keep herself in a healthy way, that's why she chose to carry the umbrella. And if you are down here, you see that some people do that when the sun is scorching. If they are not like the Western types or travel around, or they want to use the cap or the hat, they use the umbrella. And there are tiny images behind her depicting activities that goes on, like everyday life.
That's right.
Everyday life, just to make the art piece interesting and creative, because there's more that you can see when you come closer.
Exactly.
When you have the piece on show in a gallery or at the show, or you visit a friend or anybody else that love art and you see, that piece in the house. Yeah.
Beautifully represented, beautifully done. So let's look at these.
So maybe a little to chip in. I'll say art has taken me very far to places that I cannot go by myself. I've met a couple of our presidents here. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now. The line just cut off a little bit. So viewers will bear with us because of the transmission between Ghana and here. But whenever we can hear you, definitely we'll touch on that.
Yeah.
So you were talking about how far art has taken.
Yes.
And I'm going to show a few pictures of that as well, just to make sure that we put it in perspective so that people will know how far art has opened doors for you. So I'm going to show these pictures, and these show some prominent people in our society that you have met as well. Can you talk us through, please?
Yeah. That is Professor Azuma. I met him recently. We had a low chat at the funeral.
That's good.
He was at when I met the king. We had a show at on the high street.
Yeah.
He was there, and then he used to come to my neighborhood. He has a journalist friend, very close friend, that when he's going to fight anywhere else, that journalist flies with him. But he's no more. We lost him. So the area that I used to live in, just a stone throw, he used to come there. So I've met him a lot of times, and I love boxing. So when he came to the show, and then I think he saw my work and said, "Oh, Charlie Buffini, Charlie,
yeah,
we spoke Ghana." And then can we have a picture? So we quickly had a picture, and then that's Atukwe, Serge Atukwe, or Dr. Atukwe now. Also a very good artist who is putting Ghana on the map on the high. A young chap, selfless and worked so hard and busy. I remember the last time we had a chat, I asked him, "Charlie, do you sleep?" I asked him, "Do you sleep?" He said, "I don't sleep."
He's such a busy man. I mean, I see him all over the place.
Because he's all over the place. So that's another good friend. He admires me and appreciate, acknowledge, things, Charlie, those days you do the show, we come and inspire, come and have inspiration. And that's a good feeling, you know. You inspire people, you know.
Oh, yes.
And that's Awodu Isaka there. I don't know if you remember Italian 91. That's a dribbling machine. Ghana got some talent.
I remember now.
You know it all. We are very good. And you are one of those. You know, you are one of those in the art and in the science world. So that's Awodu Isaka. He was there.
Okay.
And I've not met him again since then, you know. So that day was really great. Yes.
Amazing. So let's talk a bit more about the charity side and how far art has taken you. Can you brief us a bit more? Because I know that art has opened so much doors across the whole globe. Where has art taken you?
Yes. As I said, I've gone. I live on one continent and I've traveled. We have over 5.
Yes, 5 continents. Yes.
I'm yet to step foot in Asia.
Okay.
And I've been all the way to New Zealand. Some of my diplomatic friends will say, "Wow, we have traveled."
Wow.
Yeah, I've been to New Zealand. I remember my friend those days would tell me that we prepared to sit for a long time. You know, and thank God I made it. I made it to France, to New Zealand. I had opportunity of seeing. I have real volcanic rocks. I have real wool, you know, sheep wool, and I brought them home from New Zealand. I still have them. I keep them. And I've met ambassadors. I've met prominent men. I said I met Omar Epps. I met Danny Glover. Isaac Hayes. I missed him. I couldn't get him. I was doing 2 shows at the same time. So that's how hard I've worked and paid my dues.
That's right.
You know, in the art sector, because I think I was having a show in the Volta region when he was in Accra with Dion Warwick. I think I met Dion, but I never met Isaac Hayes. I think my junior brother met Isaac Hayes. He even has a signature of him. And meeting Danny Glover, talking to Omar Epps. And then there was another Nigerian guy that acted. I think they came to Ghana to act The Deadly Void, that movie. I don't know if you remember this.
I think at that time.
Yeah,
yes,
they did that. Yes.
That was in the early 90s. Yeah, early 90s. Yes.
Yeah, I think so. With David Donto.
At that time, I was in Takoradi. So the hotel that I was working at, that's where they lodged. They lodged at Hillcrest Hotel in Takoradi.
Okay.
So when they were doing the Deadly Voyage, yes, I remember really well.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've met some of our ex-presidents, you know, President Rawlings, President Kufuor, Nanado. There are some big people, you know, influential people in society. I've seen quite some beautiful experiences with all those big men. So this is the Bible.
Let me pause you there. And let me talk about this big man in the picture and the big wife in the picture. Because talking about big men in society, for those of you that don't know, this is the King of England.
Yes, exactly. When they visited Ghana, I had the opportunity as usual, because if you have an exclusive talent and you work hard, you don't work and keep them at the background. You show them, you know, you show them. And then, I got selected by one of my art lovers and collectors. So I remember the show, when they were coming around, everybody's supposed to stand by their paintings. And then the first lady, Camilla, saw my work. She left the group quickly to me. You see, she was pointing at the work. Did you do this? I said, yeah, I did. So we had some chat whilst the king was somewhere, you know, with the group. And then I think we were chatting when she doesn't have a choice but to go back. Yeah. And then he came over. So that's the king over there. He was also amazed about how I come by the idea, the detail, and I was telling them the story. That's the second lady in Ghana. You know, she was there with them. Yeah, that's Vice President of the vice president. That day was so good. And then he shook my hands. The king shook my hands, man. He had
So
his
how did you
hands
feel?
feel heavy. Oh
How did you
man,
feel?
it felt heavy and a little rough, because I think he loved to play polo. That
He
was
does. He does.
a great experience, and
Amazing.
yeah, he
So
stood by me
one thing
for
that you
some
said,
time.
yeah, one thing that you just said that really blew my mind is that if you've got talent, you shouldn't hide it. You should show it at all times. A lot of
Yeah,
people
sure,
shy away from showing their work due to criticisms. They think that people will
exactly,
criticize them. And what advice would you give
exactly.
them?
Oh, with my experience, when I paint, I remember I'll take it to Wiz.
Mm,
He's the person that I can have access to even before getting
okay.
to know Larry O2 or Professor Glover.
Yeah.
So we discuss, and then the late Ganata, and then as I said, my uncle Quarty, and my mother, and everybody. We discuss. Some they'll make fun of you because
Yeah.
they don't
But
see what you see,
you respect. That's right.
and some you have to take it in good faith. You
Yes.
have to take it in good faith and then move on. So now these days, or few years ago now, you can paint and put it online. Those days,
Yeah.
no, we didn't have this opportunity. So I think some of the young ones really appreciate what we've done for them to follow
Mm,
after us,
mm,
because I also did follow after somebody or some other great artists that I have access to. And then yeah, just keep a clean heart. You don't think evil about anybody, bother anybody, and God will make a way for you. You be there, and then you
exactly.
be called. Because I've been to the residence of the American ambassador before. What took me
Okay.
there? I had a call from
That's
the
right.
embassy. I think Mariette. I've met all those American ambassadors that have gone. I think he started from one, His Excellency Dwayne Brown. I had a photo
Okay.
with him. He's a tall guy. I remember him very well.
Mm-hmm.
I've met Tettlebomb, I've met Bridgewater, you name them. It's the recent ambassador that I've never had a chance to meet, yet.
Right.
But I
Right.
think at the right
So
time
for
I'll get to
those
meet.
of you, a bit of advice for young artists coming up. Um, Uncle Ben is an example. Art can take you places if you stick to it and put
Yes.
in the work, put in the hours. As he said, he works about 12 hours a day. I mean, that's amazing. You've inspired me
Yes.
in that area because I need to go back to the studio straight after this interview and put in some work. We've also got comment online.
And I'm
Emmanuel
over
Lama.
50 years, man,
Oh,
and I
yes.
still
Oh,
work.
you've done it. Oh, wow, wow, wow. So Emmanuel Lama has given us a comment there appreciating the interview. And I'm not sure whether this lady is your sister or your daughter,
Thank you,
Ellen Agbee.
Emmanuel. It's my daughter. Yes, Ellen.
Your daughter is giving you a thumbs up
Yes.
over there.
That is the artist. That is the fashion
Oh, she's
designer.
an artist, yes.
Watch out for her. Very soon you're
We
going to
need
see.
to watch out for her.
Yes.
Definitely. Definitely. So anybody
Yes, she's an
watching us right
artist,
now, watch out for
and
Ellen.
she's
She's
in,
an artist.
she's going to hit the fashion world big time.
Amen. Amen. That's going to
Big
happen.
time. And the senior sister also love art.
Oh, good.
She love art. I think art is still doing influence in whatever she does. But now she really love marketing and
That's
doing
amazing.
other stuff around food. So
That's right.
that's what she's also doing now. I have two girls, two beautiful girls. So that's Ellen
Amazing.
over.
And I know you've influenced them really well.
Yes. So
There's also a comment from Stanley. Stanley Addo says,
oh
kudos,
yes, positively. They used to
and he
follow
said,
me to every show.
all right.
They follow me everywhere.
That's
Yes.
it. That's it. So Stanley says that your work and talent is amazing. I still
Is
have your
somebody
work
on there?
from the
Some
90s. Yeah, Stanley Addo says that he still has your work from the 90s
Yes,
hanging on his wall.
exactly. Yes, it's in New Jersey. Stanley,
Oh,
thank you
wow.
so much. He lives in New Jersey. Yeah, he loves my art, and he's also promoted my art. I visited him a couple of times. He showed me around New Jersey, man. Charlie,
Okay.
so amazing. That I've been to 22 states by
22
visiting
states.
America, 22 states, man. That's a
Amazing.
lot of job. Yes,
That
that's
is
a
a
lot of
lot.
travel. Yes,
That is a
yes.
lot.
And Stanley
Great.
has been part of it Doris has been part of it. Yeah, not let me acknowledge before we get off the guy that took me first to America. May he rest in peace. He's Stanley Stanfield. He loved my art. You know, he used to bring tourists here. Believe you me, I have in my archives or in my documents the first invitation that I ever took to the American Embassy for my first visa. I still have it.
Oh my
30
goodness.
years ago.
30 years ago.
Did you hear what I said?
I did hear
it. Yes,
so the document from 30 years ago.
I keep things very well.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
I still have. And one of my uncles who is an auditor, Ernest Amebo, you know, he's an auditor. So, you know, they like proof, you know. So he taught me, anything you buy, try to keep your receipts very well, because you may never know what will happen in the future.
Exactly.
And exactly.
Oh, that's great.
So I want to thank Mr. and Mrs. Lee.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's a
niece of mine. Yes. Please carry on. We'll be reading the
comments. That's a niece of mine. Yeah, and what am I saying? Just give me a little bit.
So Mr. and Mrs. Lee.
We thank you. I am. Mr. and Mrs. Lee. You know, that's right. They have a lot of my wonderful collections, and I'm hiding some of my collections in their home. You know, beautiful home in Virginia, and they've been one of the longest ever diplomats that I've ever known, and I'm still in touch with her. She's 77 years old now, but still going strong. Still love my art. They give me all the moral support. Anything that they can do, they've done it. My family has done it, and my friends, you know. Yes. And it feels good. It feels good to be with people that love you, and they love your art, and they love what you do. They motivate you and say, Charlie, hey, boy, son, get up and go. You can make it.
Go.
You understand? Right. So I'm very grateful. Yes, I'm very grateful to God. And I think art is a special and wonderful talent. I've never regretted of being an artist. That's what God gave to me. I really appreciate it. And I thank him very much. You know, my pastors, you know, Pastor Apostle Aiku, Maxwell, Pastor James, Pastor Faye, and other artists, other pastors that have been there for me through thick and thin. They advise me, they pray for me. And here I am today. You know, it's all by grace.
It's not by grace. Yeah, it's all by grace. That's amazing. Yes. So a comment from Rachel Mark Chawe. Who is your, did you say your cousin or your niece?
Yes, she's my niece. Yeah.
She says, awesome interview. Thank you, Rachel. Another comment from Emmanuel Lama. Emmanuel says, I love your works, boss. And Emmanuel also says that
thank you very much.
More ideas and more strength to you.
Yeah, yes, thank you. And then my sister and the husband
that's right.
has also been a great influence. All my siblings, you know, and cousins. And even my late grandmother, can you believe it? She comes to my shows, man. I would like to know. So you see the support that I have. For your grandmother to come to your show to see what you've done, you know, that's amazing. Yes.
That is amazing.
That's amazing. My uncles, they all come. Everybody comes out. My cousins. So I thank everybody. Yes, you don't take it for granted. Family is everything. You cannot do nothing without your family, man. Yeah,
that's true. Yes, that's true. That's true. Great. Yes. What I'm going to do is show more of your work, and then we will round it off. But the work that I'm going to show, you did have a saying. You did say that to paint is to live, free in full expression of yourself. So to paint is to live free in full expression of yourself, not merely existing, but being present, so we may master the art of being here. That's what you quoted. Can you throw more light on this saying, because it's so profound?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, I think all that I've said, all that you read out, you know, it says it all. I can give other definitions, but you know, different the way everybody sees and think, you know. That's so right. I'll leave it to the viewers and everybody else that love my art and you know, it should be a food for thought. You know, they should dig in it.
Exactly.
They'll have their
Exactly.
own side of the story.
Yes.
And then I'm sitting up there. Those days, they laugh at me. You know, I have a low weight. I'm trying to lose some weight. I'm not obese anyway, but
No.
you know, we did that project at Sankara. That went very
Okay.
viral. I had calls from all sort of places on this globe. When they saw it, they were like, even without seeing my photo, they were like, "No, Agbee would definitely be part of this," and happy to be.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful to
Yeah.
the association. I'm grateful to the president's daughter. I think she brought in that idea, raise
That's right.
funds for us to do that project. And then that piece you see me working on is hanging
Yeah.
at the offices of the World Bank, and it's still there. They cherish it so much, and still keep. I still have link with them, you know, all the
Amazing.
time. And they have some few pieces that are adorning the walls of the offices of the walls of the World Bank in Accra. Yes.
Amazing. There's another quotation that I'd like
So
to read for
I'm
people
very
to
grateful
just
and happy
grasp.
for that.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. The other quotation that I would like to read from yourself is that you say that your work
Yeah, that's the idea.
paints about the future
Uh,
each day. You paint
yeah.
what you wish in existence. Now, you say that I paint where there is beauty and strength, displaying these values in the most vibrant colors whilst filling each work with intricate detailing to depict the ever changing faces of life. Art is indeed my first language and I speak it fluently. I love the very last sentence. Art is indeed your
Yes.
first language
Yes.
and you speak it
That
fluently. That's powerful.
exactly.
That is so powerful.
Yes. Yes.
That is so powerful.
That's the whole truth. Yeah.
Mm,
Thank
mm,
you.
mm.
Thank you.
Does it mean that you
Gone are the
always
days or
aspire to be an
now.
artist?
Yes. Yes. As I said, I've never regretted it, man. Be an artist.
Yes,
I've
yes,
never.
yes. Mm. And then you were going to say something before the line came in. Yes,
I'm back.
that's right.
Yeah, say it again, Eric.
I'm saying that you were going to say something before
Yes,
I
I
came
love
away
that.
because of
Yeah,
the
I've always
communication
aspired to
gap.
be an artist.
Mm, mm.
Yeah. What I want to say is, yeah, uh, yeah, exactly. I love art, and
Yeah,
that's my passion. And I've never thought of doing any job apart from art. And I
that's right.
know the best, the best is yet to come. It's not over until it's over. I'm still here by God's grace. It's giving the strength and ideas, and I'm still working.
That's right.
I'm still working. You want me to tell you my age? I'm aging, but I'm happy.
You're still working and you're happy.
Art has made me
And
happy.
these
I'm
types of
happy
work, yes,
mingling with my fellow artists, both young
that's
and
right.
old, especially the
Yeah,
young ones, and they really love and respect that because you see me mostly at most of the shows. Yeah, you know,
exactly,
go to
exactly.
support the junior ones. Yes,
So the
I'm
ones
still
I'm
working
currently
on.
showing are more contemporary in feel. As you said, do you kind
Come
of
again?
sometimes change your style? The artworks that I'm currently
Say it
showing on
again, Eric.
screen, you know, the artworks that I'm currently showing.
Eric, you can say it again.
Yeah, I was saying that.
I didn't get you.
So can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yes,
Good, 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 good. So I'm
yes,
saying
I can
that
hear you.
these artworks that I'm currently showing on
Yes, I
screen
can. Loud
are
and clear.
more contemporary based. Are these kind of like your new
I
works,
can hear
or
you.
do you switch between styles?
Do you try to show some more pictures?
Yes.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
So
I'm
the
here.
ones that I'm showing, they are more contemporary based.
I'm
They are
here.
more different to the abstract ones that you showed earlier.
I'm
Do
here.
you sometimes switch between styles?
Do you try to show some photos again?
Yes. Can you see the screen?
I do switch between styles, but for few years now, I've been consistent of some of. No, it's not. It doesn't come. It doesn't come up. It
All
doesn't
right. Okay.
come up yet.
All right. Okay. So I think the network is not
It's
doing
not
as
showing
good,
yet.
but yeah. What we'll do, if you can hear me, what is your advice for the young generation coming up who want to be artists, who want to enter into the art field? Okay, so we're losing Uncle Ben there, but in the meantime, enjoy some of his works so that when he comes back, we can talk about it. So these are more paintings on people playing cards, and he's represented it very nicely. The one on the right-hand side, for instance, you can see that it's got it's like the Fibonacci curve where it starts from the middle. You can draw a curve all the way like a 6 over there, and he represents it so very nicely. Now, these were the works that I was trying to show, but because due to the network, it wasn't going through to his feed. But these are, I think they are current works. They are so beautifully represented. The one on the left-hand side is of KKD Kwesi Dakwa, one of the seasoned journalists in Ghana as well. And he's represented that beautifully as well. I love his colors. I love how he represents African art. Beautifully done. The other one that I'm showing are more of his recent works. He did say that he doesn't really switch between style, but he tries to represent how he feels at any given time. So let's go back to other comments that are coming up. Jonathan Kwejuri says, Master Agbee. Jonathan is a good friend of both of us. We have another comment from Stanley Addo. Stanley says that these new paintings are different. I love them though. Beautiful. Stanley, that's what I was trying to show. They are so beautiful in representation. We've got Uncle Ben back. Let's try and get him on screen.
These are my.
Okay. So these are new ones, are they? Are these the new ones?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. We can all hear you now. So
yeah, these
can you
are
see the
new
screen
ones.
now?
I painted these last year.
Amazing. And these have a contemporary feel to them.
The talent is there. So I was like, why don't I make use of the talent, man? Give it all out before it's too late. Or yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can see the screen. Yes.
Good.
I can see the screen. You have 3 images.
Exactly. So the left-hand one I was explaining earlier is of Kwesi Dakwa.
Yes, sorry. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. If you can hear me.
Hello.
Okay. So because of the network, what we're going to do is try and round him back. Once I get him, I'll let him talk about the last 2 pieces, and then we will round off. But Stanley says new paintings are different, as I read earlier. There's another comment from Samuel Agbenega. Samuel is related to him, of course. Same surname, might be a brother. Says lovely pieces, bravo. And then another comment from Stanley says, Ben, you need to showcase these new paintings here in the USA. Definitely. We need them in London as well. Beautiful, beautiful paintings. Ato Anan is giving a thumbs up for the beautiful work. So his work is beautiful. His work is intriguing. You can read between so many layers when it comes to the work on here. Let's try the sound again. Okay. So can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Good.
Yes.
Good. So we were talking about the new paintings that you did last year and how different they are but yet we still see you through the works because your colors, your detailing, and everything is still featuring in here.
Exactly. Yes. As I was saying before we went off, that's KKD again over there. And
that's right, on the left side.
That's a colleague and a wife, and that's a trumpeter. That's Atukwe, you know, on the stream right. I have plans to do some series of his images. And the guy in the middle seated over there is a popular journalist in the USA. And I love some of his posts, and I just love his posts and his dressing, and I just love to paint him also. And that's KKD over there as usual, you know. This is in Ghana. I think I took off everything that was at the background and then just highlighted on the move, you know, his action.
It's beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And then the trumpeter on the right hand side.
Yeah, trumpeter on the right hand side. Yeah, just feel crazy at times. You don't do anything that you're inspired to do. You know, maybe I'll mention he doesn't live here, Glenn Turner. If you have heard of Glenn Turner, he's a Ghanaian, but I think he has a Polish background or origin or something. Yeah,
that's right.
And if you watch Glenn Turner, he can paint certain style as and when he has that inspiration. He doesn't limit himself. I think Ajay Soa also paints like that. You know? So like paint and do whatever you feel like, man.
Exactly.
Don't limit yourself.
That's true.
Some people will say, "Oh, you have to maintain that and this one." You know, that's fine. But once in a while, when it hits me, when the madness comes, I put it on the canvas. That's it.
Why not? Why not? You just put it on.
It makes me happy. You know?
I wanted you to know. Stanley says that you need to showcase the new paintings in the US.
Yes, Stanley. Thank you very much. I have a couple of them in Oakland, California. There's this prestigious gallery over there that represents me, and some of those figures that you saw are there. And then I even have, except Atukwe's image that I have here with me, I have some in South Africa, in Cape Town. I think in Cape Town. There's a gallery that represents me there, over there, and then the United States in California. There's a gallery that represents me over there as well. So but I have plans of. There's a lot more to do, and there's no limit. So I have plans to do some figures this year, and but I might hold on to them, and then I may show them upon request. Some you know, when we paint, we love to save some, we love to keep some. I can show you a work I painted 30 years ago. Can you imagine the value?
And you're still holding on to it.
I'm hiding. Still looking good.
The value will be something else. The value will be something else.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've had a show. Who again?
I was saying that Samuel is saying that lovely pieces, and Samuel, is he a brother?
Yes, a brother. He's also a very good painter, man. He wasn't taught. He didn't go to any art school, but I think he had inspiration from my uncle. He had some inspiration from me. You know, and I put him up. You know, we did a couple of shows. I put him up to at least the Luma Art Gallery, and then he also has his friend and his followers, and he also is doing his own thing. You know, he's also a big artist in the family. Yes. And yes, we have cousins that are doing art also.
They are doing art as well. Lastly, Ellen says that your works are the best. I mean, that's amazing.
Yes, they've seen it all, the hard work, you know, painting around the clock, taking them to school, picking them up, making sure homeworks are done once their mother is gone on her business, because I work from home. So, you know, as a good father, you have to take up certain certain responsibilities, you know, to help the
What you have
family
done.
rolling. So
Yeah.
she's seen it all. Judy has also seen it all. They have been with me. But you know, when you're
Beautiful.
growing, to tell you this, they're so interesting. Don't you forget and leave your paint on the palette. By the time you come, they'll paint their own version for you.
They'll paint their own person. So
Yes.
I have three girls as well, and it happens to be. By the time
Uh-huh.
I go to the studio, they've done their
Uh-huh.
own.
Exactly.
They've done their own, which is good anyway, because that's how creative they
Yeah, it's
become.
good. Yes, it's good.
Any
Yes,
last words
yes, it's
for
good.
us? Advice for up and coming artists, future artists, and all that. Any advice for us?
Yeah, I'll say you continue to get inspired from
Mm.
nature, from colleagues, from anywhere, and
Mhm.
from God the Almighty. And He knows it all. He creates beautiful things that we see every
Yeah.
day. And try to keep healthy, try to eat well, try to have some sleep. You know,
Yeah.
you work hard, and then but my mother in the States will tell you, Mrs. Lee will say, "Hey son, you sound sleepy or you're tired. Go catch some sleep." I say, "Yeah, Mama Lee, I'm
Yeah.
going to do that." You know, my
Right.
mother also will say it. You know, my cousins also will say it, Charlie. When you talk to them, you say, "Charlie, you sound tired, Charlie. If you feel like
Sometimes I go
sleeping,
and sleep.
go and catch." Yeah, go and sleep. And
Exactly.
I do that because it has helped
Mm.
me. You know, you try to keep healthy and strong and do what you love to do. You know,
That's true.
inspire others, help those that are in need if you can. You
Mm.
know, just do it. That's been my passion in a way. And giving or doing charity, man, is taking me to big places, man, Charlie. You do it
Sound
here, you
advice.
get it there. You do it
Yeah.
here, you get it there. You
I
just
like that.
there and you have surprises because
Mm.
I believe I've worked so hard over the years, and it's paying
Yes.
off gradually because you may never know who has your work or has seen it and is
That's true.
planning to come to you to commission you and do anything. As I
Mm.
tell you now, well, to God be the glory. I'm busy. I got some work to do, man.
That's right.
And
I can imagine.
interesting, I also collect some art from some of my colleagues, but within
Okay.
these recent times, man, some of the
All
young
right.
ones, so man, I did one for a young chap, and he's so
Okay.
happy. He's been asking me for about a year, I think a year
Yeah.
and a half. He said, "Look, I love your work. I want one," and I finally got him one. And then, Francis was the first person to collect me. He has a
Oh
couple of
wow.
my works, and then Ram also has collected. You know, one other artist I'm keeping quiet on it now. Also
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
something. Then, yeah, those that are come and you can see. So I think I have over four or five,
Exactly. Oh wow.
young chaps
So I
that really
can't
love
wait
my
to
work.
join the list of your collectors.
Yeah,
Be
collectors.
collect your work as well. I can't wait. Next time I'm in Ghana, definitely I'm coming to collect some
Yes,
of your work. Definitely.
sure.
I remember
And who,
when we met in November last year.
yeah,
We were
yeah,
showing. We have
yeah,
some showing on screen here. It was a
yes,
beautiful moment when we met, and
yes.
I really want to thank you for the reception that you gave us when we met.
You're most welcome. That's Danny Manford, man, over there. I forgot
That's
to
Danny
mention his
Manfred.
name.
Yeah,
And then,
yeah,
yeah, I'm still in contact with him. I'm still in contact with Nitty Mills. Nitty Mills, right?
that's right.
Yeah,
I know
Nitty
Niti
Mills.
Mills. Yeah,
Yes, I
yeah,
call him Professor Mills.
that's right.
Yeah, I love his work, and I've been. They were the first, one of the first colleagues that ever also took me up. We
Mm,
had a group, and we were showing at the Golden Tulip, and then we're doing
that's right.
other private shows. It wasn't that easy at all. I
Mm, mm,
remember driving my uncle's car from embassy to embassy, from office to
wow.
office, and those that love, if you're lucky to drop it at the invitation and it goes to the right guys, man, Charlie, you have a
So I
massive
appreciate
show.
it.
My late Ganata will tell you that a good show is you see a painting, maybe number one, and you thinking between number 1 and number 5, forget it. By the time you come back, number 1 is sold. If you don't take care, number 5 is sold. Yes,
exactly.
That's the way it has been for me. By
If you
God's
see it,
grace. So I think, yeah, hard work pays. You know, as they say, African proverb will say, hard work doesn't break bones. And it has been one of my motivating factors. And yeah, so mention some few. As I said, we have Betty Akwa. I forgot to mention Betty Akwa is one of the prolific female.
That's right.
Painted super female.
Great. So Betty Akwa is the one that Uncle Ben was mentioning, a very super good female artist. And I'll do my best to get Betty on this show because I'd like to feature a lot of the female artists as well coming from the continent of Africa in this season. Uncle Ben, are you still there? Right, we're losing him. What I would like to say is that Uncle Ben has been grateful to us by coming on this show. But if you'd like to contact him personally and get more of his pieces, he is on Instagram as Ben_Agbee_arts. And on Facebook, you can get him on Benjamin Agbenega. If you type these in, definitely you'll be able to get hold of Uncle Ben. So, Uncle Ben, thank you so much because of the connection. I'll round up.
Yes.
Thank you so much for honoring this program. And people will be contacting you as a result of it. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. God bless you.
Yeah. You know, when any contact and my American mother will say, Inshallah, you see me in UK. Okay. I'm going to come there live.
Exactly. We're looking forward to that. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Great. So, viewers, that was Uncle Ben Agbee, and I really enjoyed this show. I mean, there's so much more that I could have shown you, but this gives you a taster of what he has got in store. Guys, if you really want more artists coming on this program, make sure that you follow me on my YouTube channel. Make sure that everything that I have got, you actually patronize. The YouTube channel is African Art with Eric, and I'm aiming to bring prolific artists from the continent of Africa every single week so that we talk about African art. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel. You can follow me on Instagram at Eric_Amoakwa_Boadu_artist, or on YouTube, if you type in at @ECABArt75, I will show up there as well, so that we can bring more artists from the continent of Africa, making sure that we patronize what is happening, the creativity over there. So there we go. Thank you so much for this afternoon, and God willing, next week we will come your way. God bless you and have a great week. Bye-bye for now.